What's going on, everybody? Today we are in sunny green Seattle, Washington.
And the 2016 NBA Conference Finals just started, so you know it's time for another
Asian Guys Talk About the NBA! Hey!
Alright, you guys are back in Seattle. It's only right we do some videos together. The Asian Guys Talk About the NBA. I'm excited.
If you guys don't know, Richie's been talking about the conference finals a little bit on his channel.
Yep.
And you do not support the Warriors.
Oh,
Yeah,
it's
you
okay.
don't.
No,
Sorry,
I know I'm going to catch a lot of flack for it, but I don't, man.
I feel like, surprisingly, the internets are more pro OKC.
I would say the internet is very much against bandwagon fans, and that's why the Warriors have a lot of bandwagon fans. What's your take on it?
I think, you know what I mean? You know what really surprised me was how much support there is for Toronto.
Hey.
Like, they came, Drake, I don't know if it's a Drake effect, but they came out the woodworks.
I also think like a lot of people don't want to see the same teams win, so I think a lot of people would not be mad to see Toronto versus OKC, which is kind of unlikely, but it could happen.
I'm not gonna lie, as much as I want LeBron to win, I feel like the way that the Steph and them are killing it so hard, I can't help but root for them. Because just they shoot a lot of threes, man.
They are playing good basketball.
They are good, do not get me wrong. They're too good.
Like definitely, it was tough for people to root for Portland, but then with OKC, they actually have a gigantic fan base. They have two of the top 5 players, obviously KD and Russ. Really, almost Russ more than KD now.
I feel like Westbrook is the face of that team now. Like, you cannot deny, he just has so much heart.
I've always been a doubter, not of Russell Westbrook's ability, but his ability to like bring home a championship, because I just don't believe like championship point guards really play like that. But if they do, it's gonna be Russ leading the way and not KD. And I think that it's interesting because maybe all along, like you said, KD was maybe meant as the second option, as like the Pippen. I don't know.
Well, KD to me, maybe, I'm not saying he is, it's more like a Melo or a T-Mac.
If he's not scoring, he's not really that effective, to be honest. Like, in that game 1, when he was not scoring, it was like, man, what are you going to do, KD?
Well, I guess it does make sense that the most intense player on the team is more of the leader.
You need your leader to be a vocal person, like a pit bull.
Yeah.
Speaking of another pit bull point guard, Kyle Lowry. Kyle Lowry does not care what he's shooting. He's shooting it.
Yeah. I feel like, it's just whether or not he's going to make them or not, he's going to be just shooting them. Like,
and I would say the last 3 games, if you look at the last 3 games that Toronto played, I mean, DeRozan and Lowry, they're playing really well.
Yep.
Would you say that Kyle Lowry is to Westbrook as DeRozan is to KD? If you look, to me, I mean, they even demeanor-wise, it's more similar. What is Toronto's chances against the Cavs? The Cavs are clicking finally offensively. It took Tyronn Lue a while to get him to that point, but it seems like they gelling.
I just feel like, man, the East is just like whoever's gonna make it out the West is gonna look real banged up, okay? And then whoever's gonna make it out the East, that's like a pillow fight going to the finals. Like, I don't know. They might just sweep them all the way to the finals. Like,
well, are you saying that the Cavs are gonna steamroll the Raptors, essentially, right?
Essentially, I'm gonna say that. I hate to say. I know a lot of people are gonna give me a lot of crap.
Because a lot of people are like, "What are you talking about, Rich? They're about to take him to 7."
All right.
Honestly, the Raptors would be lucky to get 6. Really lucky to get 6.
Is it crazy that J.R. Smith could potentially win a championship as a starter?
Had to have been led by LeBron. Like, it couldn't have been any other team that would have, disciplined JR. Like,
well, because JR would be like, LeBron knows about having fun, but he knows about doing work too. Because other leaders, like, who's a leader that he might be like if the leader was like, even like Steph or something like that.
He'd be like, not listen to Steph.
No, JR be like, Steph really ain't about being lit. I'm trying to be lit and hit.
I would say the Cavs look like they're having a lot of fun. Right, let's break down the series between OKC and the Warriors. Game 1 already happened, and OKC got away with the win.
I don't think anybody expected OKC to go into Oakland and take one.
Yo,
I don't think anybody. I didn't expect it. Especially at halftime, the Warriors were up big. OKC just kept chipping away, and then the Warriors had to come back just to even end the game to be that close.
I like how angry the Thunder are. I don't know if is the anger going to carry them through though, because they clearly are mad. Because a lot of people doubted them, me being one of them. So I'm happy for the OKC Thunder right now. But I would say You know, I think the Warriors underestimated them, took them a little easy. I think they should be woke now, now that they lost.
I think in game 2, I think Golden State's really gonna respond. I feel like they, are gonna make the adjustments. They're really gonna. I feel like the first game, they were really trying to take Westbrook out. Like, it seemed like that, right?
Oh, you mean like physically?
Yeah, physically.
Oh, yeah.
Like,
Well,
out.
you kind of hit them on the.
Like, it was crazy, but I do think, Golden State's a really smart team. They got a really good coach. I think they're gonna make the adjustments. I'm saying a game 7.
Who's winning?
Oh, man.
You say game 7. Who comes out, Richie? What's your prediction?
Oh, I'm gonna say Golden State, man.
Yeah,
It's gonna
I'm
be
saying Golden State in 6 still, in my
6?
opinion, in 6, because to me, I felt like the Warriors were just like loosey-goosey, man.
I would say like the controversial non-call at the end with the travel. Do you think they should have called that travel on Russell? It was definitely a travel, but being that it's the NBA and that they don't really call travels.
All right. At the end in the conference finals, you got to call that if you drag your feet like that.
that was pretty obvious. I've seen a funny meme where it's just Westbrook, he stops his foot and then he just travels across the world, you know what I mean? He tries to all these different places, like, that's how obvious it was.
Had it in their mind that he was about to call time, so then they had to do it. I would say that, to me, a lot of it depends on pretty much like Clay.
Yeah?
Okay.
I feel like Clay is like not,
Clay.
because I think Steph's gonna always turn up. Clay is always like, you're like half on him.
Yeah.
I would say that it's interesting because a lot of people thought playing big ball against the Warriors was going to be a bad thing, but OKC, they have big men actually.
Yeah.
The Warriors don't really. And then, but they thought that was going to slow them down, but I thought the big men have been doing a good job. Now, I think the thing is, are OKC's big men and like other non-KD and Russ players, are they going to be able to play well for the rest of the series? Can you rely on Dion Waiters?
Oh, Waiters, man, hit some big
I know.
shots.
No, I'm not
Oh,
saying
man,
he didn't.
was
I'm
going
not
off.
saying he didn't, but am I wrong in doubting Dion Waiters?
No, you're not wrong, because he's not a superstar. Superstars bring it every night. Waiters, you're just lucky to have a night like that.
All right, so predictions, David. Richie said game 7, Warriors win.
No, I said Warriors in 6. I think Warriors gonna make the adjustments. I doubt that Waiters, is gonna give him that kind of contribution.
Waiters.
He's a Shaqtin' a fool legend.
Let me just have some fun with it. I'm gonna say OKC in 7.
Okay, I like that.
Because I just want to have that on record.
All right, no, real quick though, you guys.
You're like that guy that like predicts something crazy, and then if it doesn't happen, no one says anything. But when it happens, you're like, I told y'all that was gonna happen.
I just know my plan, man. What is the final word on people from Seattle rooting for OKC? Because you get that question a lot.
Okay, all right. First of all, for those people, let me address this. For those people who don't know, a lot of people are like, Andrew, how can you hope that OKC does well, and how can you be happy for them when they're the zombie Sonics? First of all, I don't look at them that way. They're not the same team. It is that the people up at the top, they did trade, and they bought each other out and stuff.
No, if you guys don't know, KD was drafted and played his first rookie season as a Seattle Supersonic.
Yes.
And before Russ, theoretically, when he got drafted, they were still the Sonics too, because they hadn't played a season in OKC yet.
Right, but to me, I'm not saying like KD and Russ are still Sonic players. They're not. It's a different team.
All right, in non-playoff NBA news, there's actually been a lot of coaching changes around the NBA. This coach dropped,
And it seems
traded.
like nowadays coaches are getting fired and resigning a lot more often than they used to. Why do you think that is?
I think it's just teams are placing such a huge emphasis on winning now. They don't got no time to just develop a coach now. They just, you're in, you're out. If you're not producing, the results, you're out, like, quick.
I do feel like they've been valuing like the players more in a way where it's like, listen, you got all the players. Oh, you can't win. Get out of here.
Yeah.
But it used to be like you give the coaches more trust.
I feel like nowadays it's more system oriented, and I think offenses matter a lot more, even more than defenses. So if your coach is not getting it done offensively, it's not necessarily the players. And it's so trouble. It's really costs a lot to trade players. It's a lot of trouble. There's so many levels that need to get approved. If you just switch out your coach, you could switch up your whole offensive flow with just a new philosophy and give your team like a whole new look. All right, you guys, that was it for Asian Guys Talk About the NBA Race to the Finals edition.
In the comments below, let us know who are the 2 teams that you think are going to go to the finals. Let us know your predictions for the conference finals series as well. And number 3, in the comments below, let us know what you think is the most important non-playoff news in the NBA.
All right, you guys, thank you so much to Richie Lee for joining us for that episode of Asian Guys Talk About the NBA. Until next time, we're out. Peace.
What's going on, guys? Thank you for checking out that video. Shout out to the Fung brothers. Make sure you check out this video. Also check out this video.
Man, I'm also wearing my old polo from my high school basketball days. Me and David played for Kenwood High School. Shout out to Rodney Stuckey. Always shout out to Rodney Stuckey.
Again.
We shout out to
How
Rodney.
many times you have shouted him out?
But anyway, you guys, we got a lot more basketball content coming soon. Let us know if you would want to watch a channel that's just about basketball.
Hey.
Let us know in the comment section below if that's something you'd want to watch.
Check out Richie's channel below, and we out.
Peace.